This podcast absolutely, unequivocally, positively, 100% contains adult material. Mature audiences only, please.
Hey, welcome to the ADHD of podcasting. Me and Mrs. Always Right. I'm your host, me.
And I'm Mrs. Always Right.
And we're the #1 rated podcast by people who stayed up too late watching Titanic and then didn't sleep very well. Crabby ass.
Wow.
I'm just letting them know. I'm just letting them know where it's going to be.
It's going to be a terrible show.
For once, I'm not the moody one.
You're always moody.
And we're coming to you from that little trailer park in Fate, Texas.
Yay!
Yay! Got through the show. Yay! Done. Bye. Have a nice day.
Yeah, see ya, superstar.
Stop. How now, brown cow?
How now, brown cow?
I got a couple of topics I want to touch on. All right, at least one.
Okay.
One's a backup. Quit smacking. I have to smack you if you start smacking. Stop it.
Okay.
I got to take all that shit out.
Okay.
First topic, and I hope we can make the show last. How hard was it being a teen mom? You got pregnant young, okay? What,
did.
9, 10?
I was 3.
Well, might as well get started. Get them out of the way.
Exactly. You know, but I had her by the time I was 5, and, you know, I don't know.
Not true.
No.
Okay.
Not true at all. Not true at all.
You were, because we had touched on that
Yeah,
a
few weeks ago.
couple episodes ago.
Yes.
And I promised you I'd get to it, or them, that I'd get to it, and we never did. So I'm like, today's a good day. You're moody. You might want to talk about all the shit that made you crabby in your life. Kids will do that to you.
Kids will do that because we did have grandkids this weekend.
Oh, speaking of, once the color's corrected, I am red. It's not your TV screen.
Yes. Yes, somebody didn't want sunscreen after he was asked a few times.
It was not that hot.
But the sun was still out, and you were going to get sunburnt.
Okay, logic.
Well,
I get what you're saying.
Sunburnt.
I get what you're saying.
It's fine. It's fine though. But yes, we did have the grandkids this weekend and had a good time up until, you know, they figured out that they couldn't run everything and they couldn't be large and in charge. And then they're like,
they're so bossy.
I didn't like it. And then I'm like, yeah, I don't care. You don't have to come back. Not gonna bother me.
Dang. Granny's vicious.
Well, you know, if you don't have a good time at my house, don't come over. Remember last time?
Does that mean I can leave?
Dude, you know where the door is, right?
No, I don't remember last time.
Okay. So when he stayed the night and got a whooping.
Oh, yeah,
remember?
that was funny.
Yes. So when he got a whooping, he didn't want to come back to my house. And I'm like, okay, fine. His mom did tell me about a week later. He's like, can you call Granny and see if I could stay over there?
No.
A week. No. Anyway, yeah. So, kids. Ugh. But we did have a good time. It was good seeing all of them. They all stayed the night, except for the grown ones. They all stayed the night, you know, and we had a really good time.
And then you took them backpack shopping.
We did go backpack shopping.
That's kind of a yearly tradition for you.
I try to. Backpacks can be fucking hella expensive.
Everything for kids hell of expensive.
Yes. And so I try to help out a little bit every year. So when the kids go to school, I try to buy their backpacks. That way, you know, because parents are having to buy manila paper and matte pencils
Manila.
and crayons. Isn't that what it is?
Why, isn't it vanilla?
No,
Because of the color?
it starts with an M. I think it's Manila.
I thought that was a country. Anyway, go ahead.
I'll look it up if you want.
Nope.
Nope. Just continue with your story.
Because
Anyway,
it's already going too slow.
Okay. So they have to buy school supplies and clothes and everything else. So I try to pitch in a little bit and buy backpacks.
Well, that's sweet.
So
of
we
you.
did. So we did that before they all went home. But yes, young.
How old
mom,
were you when you got pregnant? Do you want to even talk about this?
15.
15 years old when you
15.
got pregnant. And
Yes.
you had your first child at
15.
Oh, okay. So within the 9 months. So you must have just turned 15
No.
ish.
Eh, yes, ish.
Okay.
I guess.
And you know how
that
kids
would
are
be.
made.
Yes.
So you partook in some activities.
I did partake in a particular activity.
But
yes.
for you, this truly was. You always hear like, well, you can get knocked up on one time. You
is all it takes.
That was your first time.
Yes.
And
yes.
how long from that point till you knew you were pregnant?
I would say fairly quickly. So probably like maybe the following month or so.
So you're not one of them girls who has sex and then like the next day you're calling the guy and you're like, I'm pregnant.
No. And, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but he was,
Well, this ain't about him. This is about you.
not, he was not involved.
Right. We'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
But not, I mean, if we're going to say it, it wasn't because you didn't try.
That is very true. I did try. I did try. And you know what? I got better things to do. I was still in school. I never quit school.
Good for you.
I continue to go to school every day. And
Did you get made fun of when you started the show?
No, because actually they had an alternative school that I actually got to go to.
Oh, so they put the pregnants and the failures together. Gotcha.
Yes. So I was not the only, person in this class. I went to school every day, and in fact, I went to school the day before I had her.
Really?
I did.
Well, I mean, it's not like you knew it was coming. I mean,
you kind of know,
You have a due date. It's not like this era where they schedule, because if the doctor's going on vacation, they're like, well, this is the day you're having your kid.
Right.
I think we're fucking shit up like that.
Feel
let them
like
come
naturally.
Let them come when they're ready to come.
Yes.
Oh, fuck me. Look, I fucked up, not you that time.
So, and of course, I took the Lamaze class and, stuff like that, but you're just not really, you don't understand even as an adult, I'm not going to lie, labor is like going to the Twilight Zone. It absolutely is.
I have some comments about your labor that I want to bring up, but I want to circle back.
Oh,
look at me doing an interview show. Bam. I want to circle back to when you found out you're pregnant. Okay. Let's take this slow. Let's write the book in chapter 1. Okay. You find out you're pregnant. Who's the first person you tell?
You know what? I really can't remember.
Was it a parent?
Probably my mom.
And were you worried? Were you worried about telling her? I'm trying to imagine.
I was worried about telling her. I was, because, what are the consequences going to be? You know what I mean?
Right.
And of course, she's like, well, we're going to tell your dad. Oh, God.
Did that scare you more than your mom?
I didn't want to tell any of them, but I knew.
Eventually you were going to have to, right?
Yes.
Or you could have ran away from home and joined the circus.
I know that's a possibility now. I didn't realize it was a possibility then, but I know that now, and I maybe should have done that. I don't really know.
So you tell mom.
Tell mom. She's mad. She doesn't talk to me seriously for a couple of weeks.
Wow.
She was mad.
And how did dad do?
How did dad do?
Yeah.
Dad was very mad too.
I can see that. Yeah. I know both of these people.
Yes.
Okay? I can see it. Yes. I do think, in my opinion, they were mad for different reasons. I think your dad
probably
felt like he was losing his fishing buddy.
It's possible.
You're the one. You were probably the toughest kid out of all three of y'all.
I was pretty tough, but all my cousins, basically, on my mom's side, I think I have 2 female cousins. Well, no, probably I have more than that. Probably 4 or 5. But on my dad's side, I think I only have like a couple. All the rest were boys.
Okay.
So I was
you
raised
had to be tough
with a bunch of boys. So I did boy stuff all the time till.
And then
You
when
know.
is in this type of situation, when is the school notified that you'll be going through certain changes?
When we found the other school,
Okay.
I think what we did is we actually went to. I mean, we really didn't have to venture out very far, really, because who was it? It was
Thank you. Trademark.
nice. I can't remember if she was a counselor but anyway, there were school employees in my Lamaze class.
Really?
Yes.
So you were pregnant at the same time as some of your teachers. What a fucking awesome thing.
Yes. And they said, oh, well, you can check this school out, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And it's funny because they had a child my age. We went to school together. Their son and I went to school together. And then.
Was he pregnant?
No,
Oh.
but now they're having another baby. This child is this kid
know,
is in high school.
But you don't always plan this.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. But anyway, so we did figure out I could go to this other school. And so we just let the school know I'm going to be transferring from this school to that school.
Okay.
And that's what.
And was that school fine? I mean,
Yes.
they didn't treat you like an outcast?
No, because it was for.
So at that point in time, being a knocked up high schooler, do they go ahead and run you through sex ed, or they're like, you already know?
You already know. We don't have to do anything. And it's. I do want to say, of course, word got around.
You ain't gonna hide it.
No. And some of the people that knew me was like, oh God, I can't believe. Oh, how dare she? Oh, right.
I know.
And within the next year, they were all pregnant too.
Nuh-uh.
So it's like, hey, but we're getting married.
you're
and
a
I'm like, well,
leader.
good.
You're a
because,
leader.
Mine was not marrying material. So, and I didn't go to school with mine. So, no, they went to school with their.
And probably 90% of those marriages are kaput now.
Oh, I'm
anyway.
sure that they are. They did not last.
Okay, so you're in high school.
Mm-hmm.
We covered you got knocked up.
Yep.
Okay, you transferred. You told your parents you transferred.
Yes.
You're pregnant now, okay?
Yep.
So you're carrying around this little basketball inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you went to school the day before you gave birth.
Yes.
So you're 15 years old. The day comes. Run me through that.
Okay. Well, now I do want to say that I have always been, maybe because I was raised with a bunch of boys, boyish or whatever, very athletic, so every day when I would come home from school, my mom worked, not far from where we lived, but so, a few miles, I would say 10 miles or whatever. But I would get my little brother and we would start walking towards the route that she took home.
Okay.
Every day. So we would probably walk a couple of miles or more every day.
Good for you.
Yes. So I stayed very athletic. I have no idea what labor is going to be. Been through Lamaze. They can explain, oh, it's going to feel like this when you stump your toe, but you're not really going to know till you stump your toe. I go to bed, because I got school the next day and I'm laying there and I'm asleep, and then I wake up and I feel like I have a stomach ache.
Okay.
I guess, like maybe poop cramps or something. I don't know how to explain.
So no water
it.
breakage at this point?
No.
Okay.
And I'm like, my stomach hurts, and it just really hurts, right?
Okay.
And so I go wake my mom up, and I'm like, Mom, my stomach really hurts. And she's like, oh, it's baby time.
Wait. Okay.
She's all excited by this time.
So
she's excited.
When you tell her you're pregnant,
she was
you're
mad.
the devil.
Yes.
But now that her grandchild is coming, it's yay,
well,
let's celebrate.
she accepted it before it got to that time.
Oh,
okay. You've got 9 months to prepare.
Okay.
So,
look, I'm just trying to run through. I'm trying to set it up, right?
I just said for a couple of weeks she was mad and she didn't talk to me. Which
she tried
made
to
me
feed
feel
you arsenic or anything? Get
not
rid of
that I
you and
know
the baby
of,
at the
not
same
that I
time?
know
No?
of.
Okay.
but she, I guess, accepted it because it's going to happen anyway. So you might as well just accept it. You know what I mean?
So you wake up, you're having a little bit of a stomach cramp.
A little bit.
Mom,
No, it
you go
hurt
tell
really
Mom.
bad.
Yeah.
I go tell Mom, and she's like, oh, okay, well, maybe, because you're really close to popping, we should go to the hospital.
Okay.
And the hospital's only a few miles away as well.
Okay.
And so we go to the hospital and call my doctor. And of course, did he go on? No, it was the second one. He comes in, and I use the same doctor for all three of the kids.
Hey, got to stay consistent.
There you go. Got to support the man. And he comes in and he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to have a baby. And
by we, he doesn't have a mouse in his pocket.
No, he does not.
Okay.
So, it was different back then than it is now. Now they have birthing rooms. You stay in one room for everything. Back then, you went from this room
labor and delivery,
to
right?
this room. Yes, they were separate rooms. So we go to the delivery room, and there you go. Then I get this.
No,
baby.
it's not there you go, because there's some things about your labor that I want to touch on. And this goes back to how tough you are. Mm-hmm. Now, did they offer you any kind of pain medicine?
I'm not sure. Back then, it wasn't not mandatory, but almost.
I don't think it's mandatory now. I just think most
they
people
offer
opt for
it a lot now.
So no epidural.
But I had no epidural. I had nothing
because
it was all natural.
When our daughter was being
Mm-hmm.
born, they gave her mother an epidural, and the nurse came in and she said she would rather be drugged behind a truck between Dallas and Fort Worth than go through natural childbirth again.
Really? I did it 3 times. All 3 of mine.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with that?
The thing is, and
so
now,
do you just hurt from like here down?
It feels like the best way to describe it is a loaded dump truck pulls up onto your stomach and sits there for about a minute and then rolls off of it.
Okay.
And then about 30 seconds later, rolls right back up on it. And it fucking hurts. And everybody's like, oh, but you had it so easy, because I was so athletic and always in shape and always going throughout the whole time. My labor for all of my kids were relatively very short.
Good for you.
And they're like, oh, you had it easy. No, motherfucker, it still hurt. It just didn't hurt me as long as it does a lot of people, because I know one of our other children, went to have a kid, and they're in labor. They get this epidural, they get this, and I feel that slows everything down, because you just really don't know what's going on, and they'll be in labor, or, the progression takes 16, 18 hours or something, and 20.
Humans have been given birth for hundreds of thousands of years.
I probably would have just chopped my head off if I would have had to endure that pain that long.
Now, you and I can't get pregnant anymore. I can't get you pregnant anymore.
No.
But if, let's say, God came down, you got you pregnant, would you, outside of jumping off of a bridge?
Oh yeah, I could do that too. Yes.
Would you choose to have an epidural today?
No, probably not.
Probably not. You're just that. You're just that. Like,
no, I wouldn't say I'm tough. I just feel that it's better for the baby. I am not downing the people. I don't know. I didn't give birth,
so I'm listening. I'm taking your opinion on it.
Yeah, the people that choose to get it or whatever. I am not downing them. By all means, you do what you want to do, what you feel is best for you and your child or whatever. But I wouldn't. But I don't take aspirin often or anything else.
Neither do I. You have the child.
Yes.
You're still 15.
Yes.
Now you have to become a parent.
Yes.
Did you go back to school the next day? When did you return to school?
No, I probably stayed home for a couple of weeks or so and then went back to school. But I was able to take her with me.
Oh, at that school would let you take them?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's
so
great.
I got to take her with me, and then
Did they have breastfeeding class in there, or did a bunch of y'all just? I mean, you're in the middle of math and you pop a tit out and throw a kid on there.
Most people,
Can I go to this
tried
school?
to be no.
Damn it!
Most people tried to be. They had separate rooms if you wanted to go feed your child or whatever. You didn't have to do everything right there because being a young adult, it's not that you're not okay with it. You're just more
Still learning, aren't you?
Yes.
And was there males at this alternative school, or
No.
was this strictly a knocked up chick school?
Female.
Knocked up chick school. Okay.
Yep. Knocked up chick school.
School for the knocked up chicks.
Yes. In several of the surrounding areas.
And then, as a 15-year-old mom, when did you realize you had to get a job to take care of this kid?
Well, when I turned 16, which was just
the legal age to work. Yep.
Right. Just a couple of months later. Of course, I was still in school, but by this time, I guess, excelled in my classes or whatever, and I only go half a day anyway.
Okay.
So I get me a job working at a daycare and
able to keep the kid with you, right?
Absolutely.
Heck
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I did get another job on the weekends, and my mom did watch the child on the weekends.
Was this weekend job the cafe?
It was.
It was. Okay.
So I mean, I did that every day. And back then, I didn't get paid a lot. No, minimum wage was
We still don't
shit.
get paid a lot.
Right. But minimum wage was shit back then. But the perk of
37
the job,
cents.
35 maybe. But the perk of the job is I did not have to pay for daycare.
Well, right.
Nowadays, I think even if you work at a daycare, you have to pay something nowadays. Back then, we didn't have to.
I don't know. The daughter's mother worked at a daycare for the same reason.
Yes.
And it was actually across. So, and not to interrupt your story.
No, it's fine.
But I got a job as an apartment maintenance man so I could get the apartment.
So you could live.
So we could live. And she got a job at a daycare.
Oh, my God. Y'all are fucking smart.
Right across the street from it. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Where there's a poor will, there's a poor way. Okay.
Now,
and that's all I'm saying.
Did you get reduced?
No, I actually got the apartment for free.
Okay.
Okay. But I think with that being said, my weekly pay wasn't that much, but I didn't need that much, right? I just got to I got to get diapers. I got to get formula. Actually, I didn't have to get formula. She breastfed for a year.
Okay.
And she just needed a few things. Now we're driving shitty cars, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I drove a shitty car too. So it's fine. A big old boat. We call it a big old boat.
I guess some of the reason we bring this up because we talked about the teen mom and how they kind of glorify it now.
Yes.
But that wasn't glory for you. That seemed like a lot of work for a 15-year-old.
It was a lot of work, but I did it for years because this child was my responsibility.
And I think it's rare now too for to take that responsibility. Now your mom helped.
She did,
but you never put
absolutely.
that responsibility on her to raise your kid.
No. Like I said, she volunteered to watch her on the weekends. She didn't have to during the week. Now, she did when I went to school because I did go back to regular school eventually, but when I was at school, my mom, she was more than happy to watch the child. She's like, I love this kid. And so she would watch the child. I would get out of school, come home, get her, go to work at the daycare, and work up until they closed at 6 o'clock, and then we'd come home and
could you have stayed at the alternative school?
No, I don't think that you could have.
So
after
once you
pop
it out, and it's done on the suckling part, it's like get the fuck out of here, go back to normal school.
I think so, or maybe I can't really remember specifically. It might have been my choice to go back. But I could have maybe stayed longer.
You did end up graduating high school, so you didn't quit.
No, I did not.
Good for you.
Graduated when I was supposed to and everything.
And you went on to get remarried.
Remarried?
Well, married. Oh, okay. You didn't get married to begin with. You know what?
Not.
My bad.
It's okay.
So you ended up meeting your husband at the place you worked, and you got married, and you had 2 more kids.
Now, technically, I knew him before anyway.
Okay.
Because him and my cousin were best friends.
Is that why you got the job at the cafe? Because
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't know if it was because
No.
his family had owned it.
Yes.
Right. And
yes.
I didn't know if that's why you had went and got the job at the cafe. But
No. And in fact, I would, when I originally started there, I worked the evening shift on the weekends,
okay.
But eventually I got to be able to work the day shift on the weekends, which, for me was much better.
Do you think people, what were we talking, 80s, right? We're talking the 80s?
Yes, early 80s.
Do you think people in the 80s were better tippers than they are now? Did you make good tips?
I did.
Did you?
I did.
But you're always smiling and.
But I worked hard at it. It's like I want to be treated like this if I go somewhere.
Right.
I want somebody to, be attentive and but back then it was a very busy place. Turnover, people in and out this quick, and so you could make a lot of money doing that.
So was it easier on you after you got married? Do you feel like some of that responsibility, was now split and you had help? Or, I'm trying to come
what
from.
What do you mean?
Because you were a young single mother for, I don't know what.
Couple of years,
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Were you relieved to have the help?
I didn't expect him to, you have to do this or whatever.
Right.
It was just, he knew, this is a package deal and I'm willing to take both of these. And he absolutely was a sorry. He absolutely stepped up and
good deal.
Yeah.
And as we were saying, you went on to have two more girls.
Yep.
Both of them natural deliveries as well.
Natural, yes.
No problems with having birth through any of those?
No.
Okay.
No. I can tell you, even with those, I was very I moved a lot. I did things, and maybe it had to do with constantly, trying to be in shape, I guess you can say, or whatever.
Okay.
But the longest labor that I had, don't kill me, women. I'm sorry. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a freak of nature. But the longest labor that I had with all three of my children was 2 minutes and 59. 2 hours and 59. Okay,
wow.
2 hours and 59 minutes.
Does that count from the moment of
from
waking
start?
Up? No, well, from waking up with the stomach pains to going to the hospital. You're like, Mom, I'm going to throw up.
Yep.
2 hours, 59 minutes.
2 hours.
Got to the hospital.
Minutes.
Kid popped out.
Yep.
Wow.
The quickest one was under an hour.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Second one or third one?
The second one.
Oh, she just slipped right out.
She was like, "Here I am."
Water slide, huh?
Yeah. And then the last one was an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So.
Well, I appreciate you sharing. Okay.
Absolutely.
I know we dive into a lot of my stories sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just one of those things that I've always been amazed at you over is that you did all this. You still graduated. You didn't have the opportunity to have it glorified on TV and become a superstar.
Yeah. I don't know if I would have done that anyway.
You don't think?
No.
If it would have helped pay for a lot of stuff?
No.
That shit.
Because I wasn't. I've never been high maintenance anyway.
Word.
So
Tell me about it.
Unlike other people I know.
I don't think I'm necessarily high maintenance. I'm just expensive.
Okay, so would that not be high maintenance?
No, I just like nice toys.
Yes, you just like stuff.
But again,
we all like stuff.
So thanks for sharing. That's
No
a good
problem.
story, and I hope it helps people out.
Yeah. You just you have to focus. You have to realize what you want your life to be like, and what you're willing to do for that life.
Are you having to sit on them to keep yourself from fucking with them?
They're just sitting right here. Well, what happened? I know why I'm messing with them because I actually trimmed my nails today.
Okay.
And you know how you get extra. Yeah. But I didn't trim
I can just feel it.
trimmed.
I can feel it through the table when you're doing it. I know they can't hear it, but I can feel it, and it's just bothering me.
I'm
that
just
way.
irritating.
No,
Okay,
you're
I
not
get
just
it.
irritating. It's that part of you is irritating.
Okay.
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 Hey,
sure.
we appreciate you listening. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at meandmrsalwaysright@gmail.com. All complaints go to Trevor the intern. We'd also like to thank Roadcat Media for producing this episode. If you'd like to start a podcast or you have any video or audio that you'd like edited, email them at roadcatmedia@gmail.com.
Man, you are getting good
I
at
changed
this.
that up though, man.
I know,
that sounded
but
pretty
that's
good.
That's good.
And my interview skills were on fucking point.
You got it down, baby.
I do.
Got it down.
And I'm glad we got through this without you being super moody.
Aw, I wasn't moody anyway. You just thought I was. Anyway, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.
And help support this podcast by becoming a member at Patreon at patreon.com/meandmrsalwaysright, where you get pre and post show episodes?
Content.
No, where you get unedited episodes right along with, oh God, I don't even know. You fucked me up. Just say it. Just say it.
I don't know what you say. You say.
Where you get pre and post show content right along with unedited episodes. Become a top tier member for a handwritten thank you note, which she hasn't got out yet, and little snippets of our daily life, which I'm about to record right now.
Oh,
we appreciate you being here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Oh, wait, hang on. Bye.
Bye.
Merle.
I want Merle so bad. I want Merle.